Very good evening. Okay. I'm not talking about finance. Okay. Don't get bored, don't get sleep. I'll just take you to the journey, how to increase the revenue. See, because most of the hospital is on ventilators. Okay. So therefore, with some videos, so don't sleep, have a good cup of tea, and I'll take you to a world of hospitals on ventilators. Okay. So this, this is major hospital in the country, and if you see their EBITDA margin for the last few years, so the median of EBITDA for top 8 players in the country just 23% in the financial year 23, and average EBITDA of 12 of top players is less than 30. Okay, and this is a margin which is just below 3%. I'm just making a ground what I'm trying to present to you, okay? About half of the hospital recorded a negative operating margin for the year in 23. So these are the revenue enhancement technique. I don't want to bore you. I think most of the people know. And if you see, there is one interesting thing which I'll tell you per bed profitability. How much EBITDA does each occupied bed generate? So you see Rainbows, you see Kims, and you see Max. So people talk about Rainbow is making a great EBITDA. But if you see per patient profitability, so the Max as well as Kims. If you see Kims is making more money. Why? Because they got an asset light and their per bed profitability is much as matter. I'll talk you more on that, why they're doing it. And this is about RPOB and ROCE. If you see the max, people talk about they're making a maximum RPOB there. But if you see ROCE, return on capital employed, this Kims is making wonderful. Why? Because they're targeting middle class segment and their presence in smaller town. So therefore, the point to ponder here is, whoever said that profit are into the big cities only. No, they are not limited to large cities. They need to examine the other side of the world. So if you see, the scope is there in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Okay, so if you can on the video from there, media room.
एक टैप में डॉक्टर समय नोरा फैक्टर सुबह से रात तक बुला लो बेझिझक दवाई चाहिए एसएप तो बस एक टैप हाँ बस एक टैप दवाई 2 घंटे में डॉक्टर्स भी मिलेंगे सिर्फ 15 मिनट में बस एक टैप हाँ बस एक टैप हैदराबाद टू बैंगलोर दिल्ली चेन्नई डोर टू डोर
अपोलो की एक्सपर्टीज पाने के लिए डाउनलोड द अपोलो 24/7 ऐप. अपोलो 24/7 एक्सपर्टीज इज फॉर एवरीवन.
So this application was launched during the COVID time, and these are the various ways to boost the revenue. So if you see the comprehensive connected care program, Apollo Ahmedabad got 75 ICU bed, but we managed 2,500 bed through a connected care program. So all the hospitals in the North Gujarat, we have a control center in Apollo Hospital Ahmedabad, and we manage those beds. So if you see the statistics, it allows nurses and doctor to remotely monitor the patient health from the nursing station, command center, and the mobile devices. And what it do, it save an hour of nursing time per shift, which is a main problem in healthcare. It reduces the patient readmission in the intensive care unit by 30%, and it detected 8 to 10 early warning critical alert per 100 monitor bed, and it minimized the code blue calls. So that is very, very important if you do. I think most of the hospital owners are here, so I'm sure you are having more than one hospital. So there is a shortage of critical care consultants. If you can manage through connected care program, I think many software are there. I don't want to talk about software. So you can manage more ICU beds. So this is innovative ideas to boost revenue. This is a artificial intelligence is doing predictive analysis. If you can have a video here.
It was yet another busy day for Harish and Hema. Work was intense and stressful. Balancing with home commitments made it hard to prioritize their health. Sounds familiar? Let's see what happens to Harish and Hema when Apollo Pro Health came into their life. A health program that could predict, prevent, and help them overcome lifestyle diseases. Pro Health began with a set of questions about their medical and family history as well as lifestyle choices. This generated personalized tests specific to Harish and Hema. Then they went to an Apollo center for their diagnostic tests. These tests can ensure early detection of most common health conditions that often go undetected for too long. Addressing them early allows for limited medications, minimal doctor visits, and in some cases even reversal. Using an artificial intelligence tool, the doctor predicted their health risks, discussed their test results, and helped create personalized goals for Harish and Hema, and thus began their path to wellness that was all about eating healthy, regular medication, and staying fit. In a few days, they got a call from their health mentor, who shared diet and exercise tips and reminded them to update their progress periodically on the Appllo app. There was no escaping the exercise routine. The app constantly reminded them to complete their daily physical activity. Their prescribed medication was delivered right to their doorstep, and doctors were always available for check-ins on their progress. Pro Health is designed to make you healthier tomorrow than you are today, with the support of Apollo doctors. Get on to Apollo Pro Health now. Call 1-860-500-0707 and take full control of your health.
So after Apollo Chennai, which do around 2 lakhs pro health checkup per year, Apollo Ahmedabad do just over 1 lakh. And we have a compliance ratio of 57% patient come back again. Through this predictive analysis, patient come again and again. This is some innovative ideas to boost the revenue, prioritize user experience to generate word of mouth. If you see the patient engagement magic motion, this was my hospital in Rainbow, Bangalore, where it is very difficult to hold on the children's waiting for the doctor consultation. So we have installed a magic motion there, wherever not only children, but the parents are also jumping there. If you can put the video on, in the meantime, I tell what is this magic motion is all about. So while they wait for a pediatrician for a consultation, so there is a magic motion which is on the ceiling of the hospital, and they used to play. So that made the children to come to that hospital again and again when there is a need. So these are the things if you do. If you see for improving operation and patient satisfaction, generally hospital have a nurse call bell system which generally don't work after few years of operation. So through a Wi-Fi enable, we have given a remote to a patient where these 4 buttons are there. We talk about nurses, housekeeping, F&B, as well as maintenance. So nurse reduce, they are more focused for the medical management of patients. And if you require housekeeping, you press on that button. A housekeeper will come, take care of your room. Just in case he is not coming within the TAT which is given, his supervisor, this SMS will go to his supervisor and all. This is actually happening in one of the Bangalore hospitals. So these kind of small thing, if we can use in our hospital, patient experience changes and we can generate revenue also. So personalized experience is very, very important these days. Okay, people are talking about OTT, people are talking about online shopping. So can we have this? Huh? Okay. We can skip this. If you can skip this, yeah. So this is also innovative ideas to optimize costs, power saving method. This is actually happening in our hospital. We have joined hand with Smart Joules to reduce the carbon emission by 290,000 ton, which is bolstering our effort for decarbonization. It is actually happening, and we got few of the awards also for this. EMR, our compliance for EMR is 62%. So whenever a patient is coming into the OPD, whenever the patient is coming to IPD, we used to track the OP to IP conversion. And it has been seen 28% of the patients sleep without passing through pharmacy, pathology, and radiology in some of the hospital because there is no tracking mechanism. So through this app, what we have done, whenever a patient, we got a daily OPD of around 550 patients. Each and every patient is scanned through this platform, and our software see to that how many is converted into pharmacy, pathology, and radiology. And whenever he's leaving, a jute bag with pharmacy is available. So waiting time is reduced, and patients pass through all these processes. We start a Kemcho campaign. Whichever patient you missed, a call goes to their home, and from our call center, we bring back those patients for various diagnostic so that it is converted into your IP revenue. This is very important if you see the remote patient monitoring. Because of this COVID, I think healthcare is moving away from the hospital. So if you feel you have to wait for the patient to come to your hospital, we have got a mechanism of outreach clinics. Most of the doctors travel 100, 200 kilometers for the outreach OPD. If we have remote patient monitoring, I think it will increase the business to a great extent. You can see in this 1.5-minute video what I'm trying to say for remote patient monitoring.
What is remote patient monitoring? Remote patient monitoring is a technology to enable monitoring of patients outside of conventional clinical settings, such as in the home or in a remote area. It allows care providers to use mobile medical devices to track vitals and analyze data in real time. Remote patient monitoring uses device sensors to collect medical and other forms of health data from individuals in one location and electronically transmit that information securely to healthcare providers in a different location for assessment and recommendations. Remote patient monitoring can undertake the same observations of a patient as a nurse at the bedside, so the optional readmissions and appointments can be limited. Sensors for remote patient monitoring include wristbands with sensors to keep track of the user's bodily activity and heart rate, smartwatches for notifications, fitness tracking, and sleep tracking, wearable ECG monitor which includes an electrocardiogram that sends the readings to the healthcare provider, wearable blood pressure monitor that can record blood pressure and daily activity like steps taken, distance traveled, and calories burned. Smart devices, such as continuous glucose monitors and continuous subcutaneous insulin infusion pumps, can be used by people with type 1 diabetes that can communicate wirelessly for monitoring purposes. Centralized repository to store data sent from sensors. Electronic health record and
So I'm moving ahead. This is a porter management. I think we got an issue in most of the hospital in calling PCAs or housekeeping people. So we have installed this app through porter management. So whenever a nurse require a porter, they go to that place. There is an app which is a closest porter. She comes to that place, shift the patient to the CT scan or a OT and all. So no need to wait for the patient. This is a bundle of joy. This is my favorite slide. Pre-delivery, during delivery, and post-delivery. So when I was in Rainbow, we have done this because you have to follow the patient for 9 months. So if you do this bundling of joy with antenatal and delivery package, there is a delivery rise of 45 deliveries per month. Out-of-box ways to capture the latest parenting trend. There is an umbilical cord jewelry. I don't know you know or not. There is a cord blood jewelry. We used to sell in Rainbow, and it is costing $1. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.